Okay, well, where to start? If I keep looking over here, it's because that's where my audio's at and the video's over there, so, I don't know if the audio is going to work. I'm not a professional YouTuber, so. Anyways, I was going to make a video over the last couple of months, but a lot of things have transpired over the last couple of months. Since August, September, October, almost 3 months now. I did make the one video earlier today on the beach. When I was really thinking about wanting a business partner. Because over this last 3 months, I gained a business partner and I lost a business partner. Now, I'm sure from his perspective that he thinks that I did him wrong. However, I do not think I did him wrong. I think he did me wrong. Because I invested money, the exact same amount of money he did in this place. And I invested my time and effort into cleaning this place because I am trying to get into rental properties. I'm actively at the moment seeking a whole bunch of different people here in Bonfil, Acapulco, and in Alcapulco to help them advertise their houses so that they can rent out to tourists. Well, this particular house that I'm living in at the moment, I rented it out from the foreman with the promise. Now, this is another man. This man, foreman, his name is, we'll call him somebody, I don't know. This man, somebody, who's the foreman of this house, he told me that within 2 weeks of this place being rented from him, that he would have the lights fixed in the back, and that he would have the windows fixed in the kitchen that are not working correctly. And, of all things, the number one thing to sell this house was he promised me that he was going to get the pool fixed within 2 weeks. And this was part of the money that I paid him. This pool is green. This is now almost 4.5 weeks later. I've gone through one business breakup with a man. We'll call him somebody else. And this businessman, he didn't want to help clean. He thought that things were just going to get done by themselves. Well, in reality, things don't get done by themselves. Somebody has to do them. Therefore, somebody picks up the costs. I would think this is normal. Any normal person that has common sense would be able to figure that out rather quickly, I would think. That if something's going to get done, somebody's going to do it. And it costs their time and their labor to do it. And this man told me that getting the house ready to sell, basically, I'm going to not exact quote him, but paraphrase, because I don't remember the entire conversation. It has been almost 3 months now. But he wanted me to lie to myself. He wanted me to lie to myself that the property did not need to be cleaned for tenants. Of course, personally, I don't know any tenant who wants to move into a house that doesn't have a clean pool, all the bedrooms made up, with all the stuff in it. And, to each their own. I have absolutely nothing against people who drink. People can drink as much as they want or as little as they want. I personally don't really drink very much alcohol. I might have 1 or 2 beers a month nowadays. But this man, he got drunk all the time, and he feigned being sick for weeks on end. So I thought I would do the decent thing, and because he told me, "What are you going to do about it?" I was like, "Oh, wow. What a thing to tell a business partner. What are you going to do about it?" How rude for somebody that you're doing business with. He said, what are you going to do about it? You ain't going to make me clean. So I kicked his ass out. And I told him, you can either pay me what you owe me, or you can get out of this business, or I'll hurt you if you come back over here. Because I'm protecting my investment. I have no desire to lay hands on anyone. Let me clarify this right now. But over the last 2 months, between this other man and this other man, I've been screwed out of close to about $2,000 with false promises, hopes, and lazy drunkards are the people. However, I can't say I'm the best at judging people's character, and I had a conversation with another quote-unquote anarchist on something called Telegram. I don't really know. All new to all this information stuff. And he basically wanted to make everything my fault. And I was just like, all right, whatever, dude. I don't care what your opinion is because you didn't go through what I went through. But I don't understand how someone, I try to lay my case out there and then automatically I get accused for something. I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to say what it is. And if people don't believe me, that's not my fault. I can't make people believe anything. I can't make people change their mind. But if somebody thinks they're going to come to me and try to make me lie to myself to change my mind, especially about business, I think not. That's not going to happen. I will have nothing to do with you. At the beginning of the relationship with this other man, whatever he is, he seemed like a really nice guy. He really did seem like a nice guy. He seemed really genuine. Like I said, I'm not the best at judging character of people, but he seemed really genuine. And so I was like, well, why not be business partners with this guy? He's got a lot of the same interests I'm into. I'm into permaculture. I'm into the Bible. He wasn't so much into the Bible, but that's all right, whatever. Every opportunity I had, I was just like, what about this? What about this? Because, you want to be able to move in business as smoothly as possible. And he really didn't want to communicate, which is another thing that I found rather disconcerting whenever doing business with somebody. If they don't communicate with you, then I guess you have a problem. Which I will tell you a small funny story. My boss that I worked for a cumulative of 15 years, nothing to show for it. He would continually do that over and over again. So that's the kind of guy he was, and I fell for it over and over again. So I guess it's not really that funny of a story, but nonetheless. So I met this man, and we had a somewhat interesting month or so, that we were around each other almost every single day. And get this, I was around this man every single day, and I didn't know that he drank heavily. I mean, my goodness gracious, holy moly, I'll show you how much this guy drinks in like 2 weeks. Because whenever the tenants that moved into this house that I'm renting to currently, which half of that money was stolen by the foreman, who was running this place. But nonetheless, the other man that I was doing business with, this is what he drank. In 2 weeks. Now, I'm not against anybody drinking. You can drink as much as you want. As long as you get up and you go to work. Who cares, right? Be responsible. That's what adults do. Well, Jesus, I knew a guy in South Texas that for 35 years, all he did was drink Bud Light from the time he got up till the time he went to sleep, and he worked in the oil field. But he got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. He got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and he went to work. Who cares if the guy was drinking? I don't care what anybody else does, as long as it isn't messing with me. I guess I shouldn't say completely that I don't care what anybody else does, because I guess in all actuality, everybody really does care about what everybody else does. But I mean in general. Because I have no desire to make people mad or piss people off, or if they disagree with me and they get mad, well, that's not my fault, nor is it my problem. That really has to do with on the inside. Like I had a friend of mine once, which I won't name his name either, but he was crawling all over. This guy's 38, 30, almost 40. Jeez whiz, how old is this guy now? And that was 5 years ago. He was like 42, 43, so he's almost like 47 now, I guess. Yeah, so he's like 42, 43, and this guy was rolling all over the floor, freaking crying, because I didn't believe that the earth was round. Well, I'm sorry, but, I believe what I believe, and you believe what you believe. However, I'm not going to cry all over the ground and have tears in my eyes and roll on the floor at 40-something years old, and I'm not even 40-something years old yet. I'm only 36. At 40-something years old, and cry my eyeballs out because somebody doesn't agree with me. Of course, you could have it on the opposite end of the spectrum. I've had people actually yell at me because they don't agree with me. I've had people cry because they don't agree with me, and I've had people yell at me because they don't agree with me. And I don't understand either way. Both of those people who are crying or yelling are trying to solicit my emotions, so that I will sympathize with them, so that I will change my mind. However, I am not going to let my emotions manipulate what I believe. So, no. Me and Alexander Graham Hamilton were freaking making graham crackers. No, we were building business until the drinking and all this other ludicrousness of people making promises to me and not coming through with them. My brother is my business investor in the United States, and I don't have any other business investor in the United States. I don't particularly know or understand how to do all that anyways if I did want a business investor. But I do know that if nobody is my boss, and that if I continue with diligent and hard labor in righteousness, giving all credit to Yah first, that if I commit this unto Him, that He will make my way fruitful, that I will prosper in this business endeavor. I don't know. A lot to think about. I should be crying right now. I should be really mad. I should be punching walls, making loud noises because of how much lies and deception that I've had to put up with over the last 3 months. I will agree with that guy off of the Telegram that was talking to me. I'm not a very good judge of character, and that's the reason why I talk a lot. I talk a lot because I want to know about you, and if you don't talk to me, then I can't judge you. But that doesn't mean I'm always going to be right, because I talked to this other man, and he completely fooled me for about a month and a half before I found out he was a drunk and that he wasn't going to help do anything. I guess picking better business partners is something I need to learn as a skill. Anyways, this video's getting kind of long. It's almost, 14 minutes and a half. I'll try to think of something else after I regroup my thoughts to post him behind this. Maybe elaborate on this a little bit more. Because there's just so much to the story. There's so much I'm leaving out. I don't know, maybe if I was to write a script and then have it all down and then kind of glance over it, but I didn't even write a script for this. want to be able to produce some YouTube videos so